Jamie. I hope you guys can hear me. I'm sure Dylan will tell me if you cannot. But I joined Xperia in 2018, October of 2018, October 15, 2018. And shortly thereafter, found out that I was going to be a grandma. So you talk about wanting to fight or having a reason to fight to make sure that we had a legacy program. Oh my goodness, nothing else mattered at that time. So yeah, Jamie and I went at it for a little bit, and the ELC, we figured it all out. But we have this most incredible legacy program, I think, out there in the industry. So when I get a chance to speak about the legacy, whether I'm doing a one-on-one, a team event, I mean, that's why I came to Xperia, was for not only the 10-year legacy, but now a lifetime legacy. So I'm going to give you some clues about, what are the 10 things that you have to do to create your legacy in 2022. So if you want to take some notes, that's fine. But, I think it was Daniel Prete that said, what is important to you? And, what opportunity are you going to create for yourself? And I remember when, Delroy and I moved to Quebec in 2007, and we decided we're going to start this little thing. And I was thinking to myself, man, I got to get this thing going. If I'm going to get out of debt, put my kids through school, and retire when I said I want to retire, or according to Delroy's definition, having control of time and resources to live by choice, I had to buckle up and get it going. So here we go. Xperia, has an equal opportunity for everyone to build an agency, and it continues whether you pass away, you become disabled, or you decide to retire. I'm not in retirement, but it's great to be able to live on my own terms. So here are the 10 things that you're going to need to do to create your legacy. Number one, what do you really want out of life? And for those of you that know me, it's to leave a legacy for my children and my grandchildren, full stop, period. Here are some other ladies in the team, or some other people. Farida, you heard from her yesterday. She's also trying to build a legacy for herself in Parham. Here's Sunita Verma, you heard from. Last year she was number 3 SFA builder. This year she was number 1 premium builder at the SFA category. But she's also trying to build a business for her son, Haxton, and her daughter, Datia. So what are you willing to sacrifice? This is the second one. Well, the weather right now is 30 degrees. I'm sitting out here in the front porch because it's really, really, it's hot out here, but the lighting was better out here. But what are you willing to sacrifice to get that legacy and get those dreams done? Because I'll tell you guys, it was so worth it to buckle down. We moved in 2007, like I mentioned, to Quebec. My first daughter wanted to pursue a degree in law. That didn't come cheap. Her first degree was in finance. Then she wanted to do a second degree in law. She wanted to do her last year of law school in Paris. But it was so worth it, you guys. You got to work hard at this business. I promise you, if you put in the hard work, you will reap the rewards. We were able to all spend Christmas and winter here in Jamaica. My baby's still here with me, Elise. But put in the hard work. But what you got to know what you want first, and then it will be so worth it. Do you have a plan to achieve it? I'll tell you, the best thing that happened for me about COVID was in December of 2020. I started thinking to myself, okay, this is how it's going to be for a while. Maybe this whole COVID thing is going to allow me the chance to get everybody in the office switched over to online. All the apps were online. All the Zooms were on. All the meetings were online. We did BTOs online. So the plan for me was start thinking about how you're going to transition to spending winter. I always wanted to spend winters someplace warm. And so December of 2020 is when I actually started to put this plan in place. And thank God I was able to achieve it in October of this year. Do you have the resources to do it? You got to look at your money. You got to look at your cash flow. You got to look at all the resources you have. But once I realized from December 1st of 2020 to December 31st of 2021 that this was happening, it was like, okay, let's go. Who's willing to come with me? So number 5 is you have to get your family members on board, or whatever support system you have at home. Talk to those people that you care about. Ask them, hey, what do you think about us going to Jamaica for the winter? Or Carly, what do you think about taking a couple of weeks off and coming down for Christmas with the baby? Once your family is on board, for me, that's probably all I need to know. The second people that have to be on board are the key people in your team. So have you identified the key people to make leaving your legacy happen? You have to look at your team, figure out which one knows how to do this, which one knows how to do that. I'm going to highlight a couple of them. Dinesh, you guys heard from him. Oh, I don't know what happened there. But, I count on Dinesh now to, book the product providers. I count on him to train on a Monday night. I count on him to help with the office rent. I count on him for so many things. But once you've identified some of the key people that you brought up from babies, you can then ask, you just have to ask them and they'll gladly do it. I think last year when I did the presentation on Shine the Light on Your Team, that's what I'm talking about. Find out the skills and talents of everybody on your team. Y'all heard about Anthony Pascal, our next staff pick ED. I rely on Anthony for absolutely everything. I would just talk to him just before this and I'm like, I wish you were here because I don't know how to do all this technology stuff. And, he's like, oh, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. He's been saying you'll be fine since I got here. And it's working out pretty good. But no, Anthony, great guy to have in business. And anytime I need anything at all at the office, if an ICS comes and I don't know what it is or what to do with it, the rent is due. What Anthony and I work so closely together, even though I'm 3,000 miles away. And then these guys, wow, these were the game changers in 2021 for my business. I can't tell the US team how proud I am of you guys. Every time I get to see all those NBTs or you're growing again, I'm like, oh, another US. So congrats to the game changers for our business, Team USA. Lucci, you guys heard from her last night. Dinesh's right arm, left arm. I left her the permission to slap him around whenever he needs to, but people on your team, you guys, you gotta embrace them, you gotta love on them, and you gotta give them the tasks that you know that they can do. Number 7, what importance have you placed on your physical health? Don't neglect that. I'll be preaching all day about, your health is your wealth. And I don't know, some of you might know, I had some heart issues back in 2010, I think it was. I'd taken the whole family to Miami and for some reason ended up in the Mount Sinai Hospital with this heart issue. So I am big on health. And a lot of you know that I do that whole 5 a.m. club. So make sure you place a lot of importance on your health, your physical health. Not only your physical health, you also have to place a great deal of importance on your mental health. Find out what it is that keeps you stress-free, because stress can kill you. Let me tell you that. Once you have your physical health and your mental health, you've got some financial well-being, life gets to be pretty easy and it gets to be pretty good. Number 9, be sure to enjoy the journey. I thought when I was putting this presentation together, I'm going to talk about, building your legacy, but I'm also going to talk about how I plan to come to Jamaica for the winter. So the tips that I'm giving you are not only how I plan the whole legacy thing or how I plan to live out this legacy thing, but it's also how you plan anything. So coming to Jamaica for me or someplace warm was so crucial at the beginning of 2020 that I just went after it by the end of 2021 and said, I got to get this done this year. So, but I'm telling you, if you don't enjoy the ride, I know there's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be chargebacks. There's going to be clients that don't follow through on appointments. There's going to be so much in this business. But if you can just find the time just to sit and reflect and enjoy the journey, you'll love it. All right, number 10, count your blessings when they arrive. And there will be many. And if you can just count the blessings, you guys, life is beautiful. So with that, I'm going to leave you. I just wanted to have one more thing, is the legacy. And I always like to tie it into the mission statement, which is building financial foundations for families to empower them today and leave a legacy for tomorrow. Jamie and Leanne, you've put a great platform for all of us to have the opportunity to leave a legacy for our children and for our children's children. And for that, I'm grateful for everything. So with that, I just put this at the end of that, living the life of freedom, living life on your own terms is really, really, really what I think all of us are aspiring to do. And I often tell my kids, I finally was able to do it. I finally got out of debt. I finally put you all through school. And now I get to live life on my terms. And with that, thank you, everyone, and have a great day.
Hey, if you like this video or any of the other videos that I have on my channel, stay tuned. We have so many more coming, but I want to make sure that you're in the know, that you know when they're coming. So please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and make sure you hit the notification bell.